Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 124. Just a note before we start that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, YouTube, and Vero at Rated G for Gamers. You can always email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino. This is my co-host, Dan, I love fireworks way too much, Robinson.
What's going on, man? I think it's fitting that this is episode 124.
124? Why would you say that? Why would it be fitting that it is the 124th episode of Rated G for Gamers? I wonder why.
I don't know. I just can't put my finger on it.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Is it that this episode is going to come out the day before our Day of Independence?
July 4th, baby. This is the July 4th episode.
July 4th episode.
I guess pre-show, right? Because it's the day before the 4th of July, so it's the pre.
It is technically the 4th of July pre-show. I don't think we have anything special planned for the 4th of July. It just so happens that the show will be landing the day before the 4th of July. So you will have something.
Last year the show came out on the 4th of July.
It did. Right. It did. We had that special little intro and all that, which, as you probably heard at the top of the show, has been brought back yet again. So there you go. For all the folks who love 8-bit chiptunes of John Philip Sousa. There you go.
Nice. Do you have any plans for the 4th of July?
TBD. Even though it is like coming up on Wednesday, I still don't know. I was my brain is fried. I'll tell you that. If you want to take it back to what happened this weekend, I basically fried myself, and my skin is the color of a lobster right now. So there you go.
No. I think you would blend in with all the Switch games, right?
Yeah, right. You just put me right on the shelf next to Mario Tennis Aces.
Yeah. There you go.
I went tubing down the Delaware River, like we usually do every year for our friends' birthdays and whatnot, and I didn't apply my sunscreen properly, apparently.
Nice.
It's like 3 hours on the river, and then we do camping into the next day, and I walk up and I was hurting so much. It's bad news. It's bad news. Took a nice cold shower this morning, and I'm feeling a little better. I'll say that, but still sore.
All right, listen. I don't go camping. Okay, like I'm not camping anywhere.
You're not the outdoors type. No, you're not the outdoors type.
No, listen. I am very much so the outdoors type. Okay, outside Macy's.
Well, I mean, what?
Outdoors of Macy's. I can be
outdoors of Bloomingdale's, right?
Bloomingdale's. I can be outdoors. I can be outside the subway. You're not gonna catch me camping. I ain't camping.
Yeah.
I'll camp in a video game. Mm-hmm. There we go. If you want to see me camping, catch me at Stardew Valley.
Yeah, Dan wants to play Stardew Valley or The Walking Dead or The Flame and the Flood, Yeah, he'll be out there doing that virtually, It's like, all right, I can do this.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. Well, I have to ask because there are a number of reasons why people do and do not like camping. What is your aversion to camping? Because I'm very curious.
I'm not getting eaten by a bear.
You're not getting eaten by a bear. Look, they're usually brown bears, and all they want is food. They just want the food. They don't want to eat you.
And they say he's food. I ain't doing that. That's not me. I ain't getting eaten. No, I seen this movie before. I'm not getting eaten. I'm sorry, not me.
That is not how that happens. Listen, I was like 500 feet from a bear one year. Actually, two times. A bear came circling around our camp and just walked away. And
because he already ate a person.
The second time he was just going for the garbage bin, and he was just up on his 2 feet going for garbage. It was fine.
He wasn't hungry. He already ate a person. I ain't giving camping. I want to leave the bears alone.
Nah, you gotta watch out for grizzly bear. Grizzly bear are the deadly ones. Those guys will come after you.
Okay, that's nice. Can't tell the difference. Bear's a bear. Not doing it. Nope. You won't catch me. I won't be there. I'll listen. I went to Africa many moons ago. Okay,
yeah?
Many moons ago. And
wow, I did not know this.
Well, we went on a safari, and it wasn't Nintendo Wii Safari. We went on a real safari. And I told the person next to me because they told you in the beginning don't use the flash.
Sure, right? Because it startles the animals and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. I said, listen, the person next to me wasn't listening, and I said, "Look, I'm gonna throw you off this. I'm gonna throw you off
Oh.
this damn Jeep. Okay, don't use the flash. If you want a
Mm-hmm.
picture of a line, you Google that shit. Okay, like we feeding the animals. You're not supposed to keep your arms outside the Jeep.
Yeah, right,
You
right.
don't want something to come up from behind and just grab you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, I ain't doing that. Okay, I. They lucky they got me on the safari. I can see all of these animals at the zoo. I don't need to see them in the wild. I can Google it. I can watch National Geographic.
Uh-huh.
They lucky they dragged me to see the safari.
Uh-huh.
Not doing that. Okay.
How
Not
old?
going camping.
How old were you when you went? I'm curious. I'm curious.
This is like the mid 2000s. So this
Mid-2000s.
was like 13
All right.
years ago.
All right.
It was like
Okay.
13. We was. I think you had just left. Like we worked together, and I think you had just left or something like that.
Right. Oh wow, I did not know that. That is crazy. Well, look. I will always invite you to come camping, but I know you were going to refuse, and it's perfectly fine.
Listen, Listen, I appreciate the invite. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I will always decline.
I know.
Or
it's fine. It is understood.
No. I can go rafting with you. Okay. And I'll just stay in the hotel or the lodge or something, and I'll go meet you guys later. That's what we can do. I can do that. So
that was definitely my weekend.
So you had camping fun. Did you bring the Switch with you by any chance?
I didn't bring any technology except for my phone, just for communique. That's it. I brought a book. I brought the book about the history of Sega and Nintendo. So I did bring some gaming stuff with me, but
I was going to say, what type of gamer are you that you don't bring the Switch camping with you?
That's not the point of camping, right?
Wait,
I had this.
Please tell me what the point of camping is, because I'm not going. Why are you camping? We can stay at the hotel.
The point of camping is to get away from all of that and to commune with nature and to hang out with your friends, be in the moment, be present, stare at the stars, roast some marshmallows over the fire, and hang out and have a good time.
We can do that in my backyard. I have a backyard. We can put out a tent in my backyard if you want.
And we're all going to be out there playing the Switches, not communing with nature, and sweltering in the city heat. Yeah. Oh, that'll be good.
That's why you put it. That's why you put a tent. Okay.
I see. You put a little canopy tent up top. Yeah.
All right. Look. If I go camping,
not the same.
If I go camping, I'm bringing 10 rechargeable batteries. I'm bringing 10 portable batteries. Okay. I'm bringing a Switch. I'm bringing a mini flat screen, a computer screen. Okay, and a power supply, and I'm bringing a dock for the Switch.
I know, you're kind of like half joking. I have had friends who have done that before.
I love your friends. We can go camping.
We have definitely played Super Nintendo thrown up on a projection screen out in the wild, and it was kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous, right? Going up, playing Mario Kart in the middle of the woods is just it's a little weird.
No, you know what I want to do in the middle of the woods? I'm gonna put that robot Labo kit on. If I play Labo on the Switch with the robot Labo kit in the woods, that's what I want to do.
Oh, that's funny. So roundabout answer to your question. I have no clue what I'm doing for the 4th. I thought I had plans. I didn't have plans. Plans are still up in the air. So
gotcha. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm probably going to see the fireworks. However, in New York right now it is like 90 degrees every day.
Oh, it is going to be going to be blazing hip hop and R&B for the next week. I checked. It's like 90s across the board, and that's on the low end.
All right. So if for all the young listeners out there, he sort of put it together. 90s. He said 90s, and he mixed it with his reference of blaze and hip hop and R&B. Only kids who grew up in the 90s know that phrase.
It's Hot 97, the local radio station, which honestly I don't know if it's nationwide. I actually don't think it's nationwide, but it's definitely up here in the Northeast. All right, the local hip hop station. All right, it used to be the tagline, blazing hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't listened to radio in so long. I wonder if that's still the tagline. I don't know. Angie Martin, all those guys except for Funkmaster Flex.
Funkmaster Flex.
Everybody left and went to Power 105 except for Funkmaster Flex. Anyway,
Funkmaster Flex.
Why don't we talk about let's talk about some video games.
Sure.
So I was going to buy Nier an Xbox.
I
I said I wasn't gonna do it, but then I said I was gonna. Then I was like, you know what? I want to check out the deal.
Of course, because you always do. You always do. You owe me like 20 burgers right now for all the games you said you weren't gonna buy and now bought.
And you can eat it. You can eat them while you're camping in your tent and watching out for grizzly bears. But anyway,
there you go.
And I found out it was digital only.
Mm-hmm.
It was an Xbox store.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that.
Which is weird.
It's kind of weird. I didn't put a physical.
Because they have a physical for PS4, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, they do. Yeah.
Exactly. Why would they not do it for Xbox? That's odd.
That's weird. All right. You know what?
I wonder if
I didn't buy it.
I wonder if Nier is part of the Xbox Game Pass.
I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know why they would do that. So yeah, so you obviously already have it for the PS4, so now you're definitely not getting it for the Xbox.
Right. I'm definitely not getting it for Xbox.
Okay, so that's understandable. That's understandable.
So, but I was thinking about getting it, and I was like, I was digital only. I was like, yeah, I'm not getting it. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
So did you do you happen to hear about this news about David Hayter, the former voice of Solid Snake?
He's back, right? I heard something. Someone told me he's like playing Solid Snake again.
He is most definitely playing Solid Snake again. For anyone who doesn't know, David Hayter was the voice of Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4, and then mysteriously decided, or not, maybe not personally decided, but Konami or Kojima, somebody behind the scenes decided that David Hayter is no longer going to be the voice, and they're going to get in some bigger star power, like Kiefer Sutherland, to play Solid Snake. And he was great, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't David Hayter. You know, wasn't the character voice that we all grew to love, right? Then he ended up doing his own thing and whatnot, and I think everybody kind of pointed to Konami for that, right?
Yeah, I think maybe they couldn't afford him anymore, right? But how much would Keith Sutherland cost?
Right, exactly, right? Like, because I think like one of the things I said is like he was getting like too like costly to keep bringing back, but then you get Kiefer. Yeah, Kiefer's going to be a lot of money. He is apparently now back for Super Bomberman R as new DLC because they're putting in Solid Snake in this game, and he needs to be voiced. So David Hayter is reprising his role for the mediocre Bomberman game, Super Bomberman R, for all platforms.
No, screw that. I like Bomberman R. My first Bomberman game I ever played.
And when was the last time you played Bomberman?
I played the heck out of it when it first came out.
And when was the last time you picked up and played that game?
Was the last time I played Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Well, yeah, but you beat that game.
I still haven't beaten.
Oh, well, you should beat that game. I don't know what you're doing.
I still haven't beaten that game.
But I can guarantee.
I've been trying to unlock. I unlocked the whole map.
Just beat the game already. Jesus, you're never gonna complete it. You're never gonna 100% it.
Says who?
Says me, because you haven't picked it up again yet. You might as well just go to the end and beat Ganon.
It's this summer.
You're never gonna beat it. That's fine.
I'm gonna beat it. So, I'm gonna eventually beat it.
Yeah. So I found that kind of interesting.
All right. Well, he's coming back. I think it's free DLC. So if you already have Bomberman R, I know Bomberman R came out recently this year for
PS4
Xbox and PlayStation.
Yep.
And
we definitely covered
PC
that
too.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, I thought it was a fantastic game. I liked it.
Oh, now it's a fantastic game. You just keep upping the level of quality.
You never forget your first. That was the first Bomberman.
Never forget your first Bomberman. Yeah.
That was the first Bomberman game I ever really played. I put so many hours into it. Mm-hmm. It could have. I mean, in large part, maybe because I didn't really have any other games to play.
Yeah, it's exactly what. Well, you had Zelda, right? Zelda should have been enough for you. That was the only good game out at the time.
No, Bomberman R was really good. I liked. You know what?
Again, Zelda was the only good game out at the time.
I stand by that.
I know. You were the king of mediocre games. It's fine.
Oh, shut up. We're
you wear that crown. You wear that crown proudly.
You know what? We're going to talk about mediocre games when we get into the convo of the week. Our game of the half year so far, right?
That is our teaser. That is our convo of the week. Because it is now like basically it's Christmas in July. It's the half year. So, we did it last year. We're going to do it again. 3 games,
Three games apiece.
And we will nominate a game of the half year. And then we will reprise it at the end of the year to do the game of the year and, kind of do some notes and compare.
So, Dave, as we always try to start the show, but epically fail, what have you been playing? And let me guess, I already know.
Well, I mean, hey, at least we're consistent about epically failing, all right? which essentially now has become the middle of the first segment of every episode of Rated G, more or less, right? It's kind of become a thing at this point.
Tell me you finished God of War.
I have not finished God of War.
Oh my god, are you trying to 100% this game?
Yeah, exactly. How did you know? I'm doing the little Valkyrie side quest now.
Oh, you're not gonna 100% the game.
They are tough. No, I'm definitely not. I mean, there's so much stuff in that game.
Why don't you just beat the game and go back to the Valkyries?
I'm almost there. Well, I don't know if you can go back after you beat it like that.
No, you can.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is definitely good to know. I'm probably not gonna because there's no reason to build your character up anymore other than to just 100% the game. So at least okay, there's some more boss battles coming. There's some more enemies. I need a little bit more. I can level up my character for a reason as opposed to just completing it 100%. So, yeah, I know I'm at the home stretch. I got about another hour or two probably of actual gameplay for the story, and then it's done. But I don't know. I'm just I'm prolonging the magic, as they say.
Come on, beat the game so we can do a spoiler class. I've been dying to talk about this game.
Spoiler cast? The game
Yes.
the game is still fairly new. I don't know if we can do that yet.
Nah, we can do a spoiler cast.
I don't know if we can do that yet.
We'll do a timestamp. We'll say, listen, just don't listen for this certain amount of time. I want to talk about the game.
We'll see. Okay. So obviously, yes, I am still playing God of War. Are you playing anything good or anything new? What do you have in your systems now?
All right, so
the question.
This was the end of the month, okay? So, and what I do for a living, the end of the month is super busy. So that's when you work crazy hours. I just haven't had any time to play a lot of games because of work. Grown man gamer over here, GMG.
Oh boy, GMG baby, proud GMG.
Thank you. But I did start Life is Strange 2, Captain Spirit.
The free download, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Question.
Spoiler. I haven't really played a lot of it yet, but I've played. I just started it, and then I've been playing some Shaq Fu.
Okay.
Really playing some Shaq Fu.
I'm
almost done with Shaq Fu. I have 2 more stages left in Shaq Fu.
I have a spoiler-free question about Captain Spirit. Mm-hmm. Does it ruin anything if you haven't played the other Life is Strange games?
No, I think it's in the universe, and I think they said it starts just sort of if you play the demo, it sort of gets you ready for Life is Strange 2, the actual Life is Strange 2 game, which is coming out. I think it's September, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's right around the way.
And again, awesome. You play as this kid, and I don't know if he really has superpowers or it's just his imagination.
Well, all right.
So we'll see. Mm-hmm. Did you get any good pickups this week?
I got 0 pickups this week because I was camping this weekend, so I couldn't go hunting.
Nice.
Sadly.
So I know I've been a little light on the pickups lately, but I picked up a few things. Mm-hmm. I finally got my first limited run game, my limited run Switch game. Mm-hmm. Was it Thimbleweed Park?
Thimbleweed Park.
Thimbleweed. Yogi Thimbleweed. Yogi. Makes. I just said weed so many times. I want to smoke a joint now.
Oh,
I picked up Medal of Honor Underground. Mm-hmm. I was a big Medal of Honor fan back in the day.
Yeah, man. That was the king before Call of Duty.
That was the king before Call of Duty. I thought I had this game, the Underground game. Mm-hmm. I actually rented this game back in the day. Mm-hmm. So good to put that in the collection. I picked up Dead Space 2, the limited edition for PS3.
Nice.
It includes Dead Space Extraction, which I think that was the Dead Space game for the Wii, right?
I believe you are correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I have it on the Wii and I have it on PS3. Mm-hmm. I picked up an underrated game. Yes, I said it. I don't care. I don't give a damn what you say in the comments. You can judge me all you want. I don't care.
Oh, I will.
Clash of the Titans, the video game.
Clash of the based on the remake from like the early 2010s, right?
Yes.
Oh God,
I got it from the
interesting.
360. I love
Interesting.
that movie, and I love the second movie follow up. Liam
I
Neeson is
mean,
Zeus. Come on.
sure. I'm not saying anything about the movies. I'm just like, I don't know. The game doesn't say, is the game any good? I don't even know. I would probably say no.
I just said it was. Don't sleep on it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. All right. I
Like you sleep on Shaq Fu. Don't sleep
right,
on
right.
Clash of Titans.
I have to make a quick correction from like 2 minutes ago. Now remind you, I'm very close to sun poisoning. I was out in the sun all day. My body is red right now, but I did have some pickups this week. I totally forgot that I had some pickups from earlier in the week.
Oh.
Yeah. I managed to pick up some games from the Salvation Army, which was great.
Oh yeah,
Got a
you
real
did.
good
And you
deal
posted
on
it on
that.
and you posted it on Instagram.
That's right. That's right. So Viva Pinata for the 360, right? Comes in a weird like clamshell case, which I did not realize. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire for GameCube. Knights of the Old Republic for the original Xbox. That's the first one. Mass Effect 1. I now have the Mass Effect trilogy for the 360, which is very nice. Rainbow Six Vegas for the 360. And a Dan Robinson classic, Fable 2 for the 360.
Ooh, you got that Fable 2 game. Stop fretting like you don't like Fable, man.
Am I ever going to play it? No, but it is in the collection.
You're gonna
Needs
play
to
Fable.
be.
You're
kidding
gonna
me?
play Fable.
No.
Stop it.
I beat and I played and beat and bought. I bought, played, and beat Fable, the first one, in a weekend, and then returned it to the store for credit. All right, I was so salty with that game. Ugh.
Fable 2 is a much far superior game than that, and Fable
I'm
3
sure.
is
I'm
okay.
Sure. Right. Yeah, I know
All
they
right.
had like the weird like town building mechanics and whatever else, and they kind of built the world out a little bit. They fixed a lot of problems from the first one. I mean, I get that, but it still at like the core, it just, I don't know. It didn't really fit for me. Didn't really fit for me. So.
All right, let me finish my pickups.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I picked up. I rudely interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad you picked up that Fable 2 game. It belongs in the collection. It belongs in your. I think Fable 2 is backwards compatible now. Back compat. So now
I can play it on the Xbox One, right?
You can play it on Xbox One. You should. You should. You should. Anyway.
All right.
You should. Anyway. I got Payday 2.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox 360. I got Frontline's Fuel of War.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Yeah.
Call of Duty style game. Looks love my shooters.
They made a couple of those front lines, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Don't know.
Maybe or maybe that was Homeland. Did they make a Homeland game? Maybe it was Homeland.
Probably.
I forget.
I've never heard any Frontline games.
Yeah, maybe it was Faces of War. I don't know. There's just so many war games that are out there now. So many.
I got Borderlands, the double game add-on pack.
Oh, interesting.
Borderlands, the zombie island of Dr. Neo. And yeah, okay. Got that. And lastly, a Japanese import, Constantine for the PS2.
A Japanese import?
Yeah.
Why did you get the Japanese version? Why not just get the American version?
Because it was $1 and it was sitting there with all the other games I bought.
I see. This was a Goodwill find.
No, it's a garage find.
This was a garage find. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing.
I got it earlier today. It was slim pickings earlier today, but it was like $1. I'll take it. Done.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
So, again, pickups haven't been really, I haven't had that many pickups lately. Just, had other responsibilities. But this month, got a lot of games coming out that I definitely am interested in getting. So my pickup should pick up. No pun intended. Should pick up later in the month.
Same here. It's definitely going to be a good month for games. Most
all right. So why don't we take a break, and when we come back, we're getting to the top 10 gaming news of last week.
And in the convo of the week, as we teased before, we're going to do our games of the half year and pick a winner.
And we're back. All right, let's get into the top 10 gaming news of last week. So, I played I played Mass Effect Andromeda. That was my first real foray into Mass Effect. I played a little bit of 1 and 2.
Yeah, you were real hype about this new one. I'll tell you that.
I never played 3.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give 1 and 2 the time it deserved. I played maybe an hour or 2 of each.
Mm-hmm.
But I dove deep into Mass Effect Andromeda, right? Because it came sort of at a weird time because we had a lot of great games that came out that time.
Well, the Switch just dropped, and Horizon Zero Dawn was out. It's contentious.
Yeah, but then it flopped, and they had weird faces and graphics.
Yeah, there was a lot of issues with the game beyond just it not being that great.
Yeah, it was a lot of issues with that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think it was that bad. As well, I was trying. Maybe I tried to see the good in everything.
Sure.
So Mark Dura, he's an executive producer on Anthem and Dragon Age at BioWare. Mm-hmm. He shared some of his thoughts on Twitter recently, talking about the game didn't get a fair shake, stating that it came out between sort of great games. It just came out at the wrong time because it came out in between Horizon Zero Dawn and Zelda, right? So
yeah, that's it's tough. It's tough.
And Super Bomberman R.
Oh yes.
Gotta include that.
The aforementioned mediocre game of the year, Bomberman R.
So it didn't. He's pretty much saying it didn't get a fair shake. It sort of got a Metacritic score in the 70s, right? And he said it could have got higher if it would have came out at some point by itself, maybe before all those games or after, maybe a summer release. I still think it would have gotten the 70s. At its core,
it's not a good game,
It felt more disappointing because it came out in between those games. And I think that's his point, but I think the underlying scores would have never changed. I think it wouldn't have garnered the praise that other Mass Effect games would have that they garnered, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's still maybe the score would have went up a little bit higher, but it still wouldn't have dramatically went up. It wouldn't have been praised.
I mean,
it wouldn't have sold.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have sold more. I don't think
a mediocre game is always going to be a mediocre game. I mean, games are going to come out when Red Dead comes out. Are they going to be like, well, you can blame the success or lack of success on the fact that Red Dead just came out? You can't necessarily do that. You make the best game product you can. You put it out there, and hopefully it does well.
Yeah, but I think it came out with two games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Zelda, who are
nobody knew Horizon was going to be as good as it was. I don't think.
I know, but sort of similar RPG games, right? Where you got to level yourself up, right? Mm-hmm. And this is sort of an RPG in space, right? It definitely was the wrong time for it to come out, and it should have came out sort of on its own, right? And this is before really Christmas 2 really started 2 years ago, and it became a thing last year with mm-hmm. Christmas 2, right? So I understand where he's coming from, but at this point, just leave it alone.
Yeah, right. Okay, if you're planning on putting a sequel out, work on that sequel and make it a damn good sequel. And put it maybe a month after Zelda comes out if it's going to be released around that time. Push up the release window or push it back a little bit.
As my boss would say,
mm-hmm.
I hear excuses. That's all. That's all I hear.
Right.
Excuses.
Exactly.
All right. We talked about this in February about Google. Sort of entering the gaming market, right? The gaming industry and coming out. There were talks about it being like a streaming box.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like their talks have ramped up. Those rumors have ramped up because now it looks like they're coming out full-fledged console to compete with Xbox and PlayStation. Mm-hmm. And the code name for this is still, I think we talked Yeti. I think we talked about Yeti back in February. The code name's still Yeti, but they're definitely, this isn't just a rumor. They're strong rumors that they're definitely entering the video game market. All right. And I just thinking about Google coming out with a console when we already have Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft. remember when Microsoft came into the gaming world? We had
I
just
was
lost
just
Sega.
I was just going to bring that up. Like nobody wanted Microsoft in there, and they wedged their foot in the door, and eventually became a powerhouse. So
Well, we had
I'm not against it. Competition is good, right? Like
well,
you
well
can't
at the,
say don't enter the foray.
I'm not saying they shouldn't by any means, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just another expensive box for me to buy. Um,
Possibly, it depends on what they're going to offer exclusively over anything else, right?
no, no, I
Which
understand.
which TBD, we don't know.
So it's like, all right, with Nintendo, we're gonna get sort of innovation quirkiness, right? Like they're always
Yeah,
gonna do something different.
specific first party titles that you can't get anywhere else, like that's Nintendo.
Yeah, Xbox is gonna give us the power, right? They're always gonna give us the power. They're gonna they're gonna come out with a box that's always gonna have 1,000 teraflops
Mm-hmm.
on top of sort of they're going more for the community based games, right? That's the games with service. That's
Mm-hmm.
more so what they're going for. While Sony, again, giving us, they're going to give us power as well. They may not be going for power as much as Xbox, but they're giving us power. They're also giving us, again, first party games that we can't get anywhere else with that sort of single player experience. So we know we're getting from all three companies. What is Google bringing to the table, right? Like, what's going to be their brand? What's going to get them to make me spend another $500 on another box?
Right.
Like, what games are going to have on this?
Right. Well, I mean, it's either going to be one of two things. It's going to be a new, innovative way to play, or it's going to be unique games, right? Which they said in this article that there's a pretty good chance that they're going to be buying up studios and making them in-house studios, right? Just like Microsoft was doing, right? They need more first-party games. We're just going to buy studios outright. They did put together a studio and then bought 4 other studios, but it's a smart move, right? Here is an established studio that makes good games. You will make games for our system, and here is a large sack of money, So it's either going to be one of those two things, I see. Otherwise, it's just another way to play video games,
Just buy Sega.
Just buy Sega. I mean, sure, that would be kind of neat.
Just buy
Then
Capcom.
Then you can play all those. You can play all those mediocre Sonic games on your Google streaming box.
and you can also play for all the Persona games.
Yeah, sure. That's right. They do have Atlas.
Just buy Capcom so you can have all the fighting games and
Oh my God.
You can own Evo.
Right? Think about it.
I'm curious to see what the Yeti will be. I mean, obviously Yeti's just a code name. Even though I do like the Scorpio, right? Like the Scorpio edition of Xbox One X, that was awesome.
Of course, man, because Microsoft comes up with the best console names.
Yeah. Well, what did you say? Xbox One, 2? Well, Xbox 2 was going to be.
No. So we have the original Xbox, the OG Xbox. We have the Xbox 360, right, which is a full circle. We have Xbox One, which is like the first. And the new one, mark my words, Xbox Prime. Xbox Prime. And that's cool. It just sounds cool. Like,
I like that. I take it one step further because the rumor is that we're going to get several different type of Xbox.
Right. We'll probably
consoles.
get the regular and like a Pro edition or whatever.
No. We're going to get Xbox Prime and we're going to get Xbox Prime Elite.
Prime Elite, maybe. Yeah. They definitely use the Elite. They have the Elite controller. There was the Elite version of the 360. Sure. They've definitely used that moniker before.
Google, you got some catching up to do, man. I mean, I honestly, being all serious, I think Microsoft with the Xbox, it worked at the time that it did because we just lost Sega as a console.
I mean, it was a good time for them to get in.
No,
for sure.
It was a good time for them again because we had just lost Sega. We had just lost the Dreamcast. Sega's only going to be a publisher. They're not put out a console, and then all those sort of games that were on the Dreamcast got sequels exclusive to the Xbox.
Yeah, I mean they basically just made the partnership. Like, look, you're getting out of the game. We are starting to get into the game. Be on our platform, and they made Jet Set Radio Future, which was great. That was good.
Panzer Dragoon.
That was
Right.
okay. Toe Jam and Earl, that was okay. You
Come
know.
on, Toe Jam and Earl. Come on, we're gonna get a new one now.
I know. Yeah, Panic on Funkatron. Oh, no, Panic on Funkatron. Return to Funkatron, maybe? I forget.
So
But,
I could dig that. I like those.
yeah. I mean, it was okay. There's nothing to really get hype about yet. 'Cause we
Shenmue
don't.
2.
Yes. I mean, there's nothing to get hype about for the Google console or whatever it is going to be because we don't really know anything, So until we get like good nuggets of like oh, this is interesting, this is unique, this is kind of cool, then we can kind of get hype or just be like, it's not for me.
All right, let's get into our lead story. Fresh, hot off the presses, as of recording this. I mean, this happened literally a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Amazon, Amazon of Italy,
Yep.
may have leaked some games.
Which they have done this before. Walmart Canada is not the only company in town.
Basically, Canada isn't the only one that leaked because it was Walmart
Right.
Canada, I think Amazon Canada.
Right.
But now Amazon Italy has leaked some games.
Right.
Most notably, Bloodborne 2. Hashtag I was right. They just came a year.
Hashtag it's only a rumor. Hold your horses. All right. It's only a rumor.
All right. So there are placeholders for these games. Before we get into it, there are placeholders for these games for December 31st, 2019. So these are 2019 games, probably being announced next E3 in 2018,
or at the Game Awards 2018, possibly, or Paris Games Week, or TGS. Who knows?
Most likely, these are big games. I don't think you announce these games anywhere else other than maybe E3 or Video Game Awards. I give you Video Game Awards. We got some big stuff. We were Bayonetta 3 at Video Game Awards.
That's right. That is a big game.
Well, Bloodborne 2, which would probably be a sort of PlayStation 4 only, could be at PlayStation Experienced. That could be that could be their one big announcement that they put there because they usually leave that for indie games,
right? Like the first Bloodborne was PS4 exclusive, right? So there's a pretty good chance it'll be exclusive again to the PS4.
Yeah, and then we got talks about Sunset Overdrive 2,
which because I came across this just earlier today, I was like, yes, please. I love Sunset Overdrive. All right,
you do, and again, talks that they said that this wouldn't be exclusive to Xbox. This would be multi-platform game. So that makes a lot of sense. I know how much you love Sunset Overdrive, and it grew on me. I didn't like it at first, and when I first played it, I was like, this is okay.
It's okay. It's just like Crackdown or like Saints Row, right? They give you like the open world kind of GTA-ish world to kind of run around in, and you just have fun, right? You just start blowing stuff up and killing zombies or whatever I forget what the enemy is in that game, but the mutated hordes.
You know what made me love this game?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I can mindlessly go out and kill hordes of zombies and listen to podcasts. That's what I'm saying. Like Rated G for Gamers podcast.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You get like the most ridiculous weapons, and you can outfit your character in all these different like crazy outfits. Like, it's fantastic.
And last but not least, they still have a listing for a Splinter Cell game.
Yeah, I mean, this is something they've had for a while, but the fact that it's still up, plus all these other leaks, would kind of lead us to believe it's probably in production. They just don't have anything ready yet, which is why we didn't see it at E3.
Which is a good thing because I don't want to hear about these things too early.
Yeah, well, too late. We already know Sunset Overdrive is probably in the works, and Bloodborne 2 is probably in the works.
These are probably all the other Walmart leaks were on point. This is probably on point. All right, let's switch up to Fortnite. Fortnite is the big thing going right now, and I kind of want to get into it in the Switch. Right, I want to play it in the Switch. I've been fighting it. You know, I don't like to play with other people, but I want to try it out.
Dude, it's a good game. It's fine.
It's free to play game, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to lose anything.
Well, you have to buy the Switch version, but yeah, then you can just play.
You have to buy the Switch version. I thought it was free to play.
Is it download on the Switch? Maybe it is. Yeah, okay, maybe it is. I thought they had a physical for some reason.
So I played PUBG for like 20 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tried it, right? I gave it a good shot. And we talked about PUBG suing Epic, right? Uh, for just infringing on their whole battle royale thing, which they didn't invent. They just made it popular.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it was definitely around before any of those games. It started off as an Arma 3 mod, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just it's a game concept, right? It is not a like this is our game. It's very non-specific.
yeah, but it looks like they're dropping the lawsuit
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
against Epic. Now, there's there's no explanation. Everyone is speculating. I mean, again, I even said, "Hey, look, you're using my engine for this game, but you're suing me." There is, I guarantee you, because I work in the legal field, some
Mm-hmm.
legal loophole somewhere where they probably were like, "Listen, you sue us, you continue, we're going to find a way to pull our engine from you."
Pull our game engine, right? Which means they have no more game. Like everything is built upon their Unreal Engine.
Or they could have settled out of court for all we
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is sort of skeptical that they even start this lawsuit and then pull out with no explanation, right? I think there's something more to it. I don't think there was anything under their table. I think they said we're going to pull our engine. We're going to find a way. We're not even going to go to court because we're just going to pull our engine, and then you don't have a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll see. Not to mention, Fortnite has surpassed PUBG in popularity. I tell you,
Yeah. It's
every kid,
Fortnite is a lot more polished. Yeah.
all the kids love Fortnite. All I hear
Mm-hmm.
about from little kids is Fortnite this, Fortnite that. As a matter of fact,
Sure.
when people find out like we stream and we have a podcast, the first thing people ask me is, "Do you guys play Fortnite?" Like these people have no idea about video games. Like at
Mm-hmm.
work, like people are
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, my kids, they listen to YouTube and podcasts. Do you play Fortnite?" Like that's the only thing they ask. So
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason Fortnite does better is I think the art style is a little more palatable. Maybe PUBG's a little rough around the edges. It's kind of real world gritty. Graphics are okay. Fortnite's very hyper idealized, right? Everyone's like, kind of big and colorful and whatnot. They do wacky dances and whatnot. So I don't know. It seems a little more fitting for the younger audience, right?
yeah. All right. Let's switch gears. Let's get into the
Mm-hmm.
TV. Halo TV
Halo
show.
TV,
That's
Halo
been
TV.
that's been that Halo TV show has been kicking around for a long time. We first heard about this a long time ago, that Steven Spielberg was connected to doing a Halo TV, and I think that was the launch of the Xbox One, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Well, even like before that, they were trying to kick that Halo movie off, which essentially turned into District 9. Funny enough, if you want like the full story on that, you know. So they've been definitely trying to get into the media game for a while. And then you're right. I think with the launch of well, they did some stuff for Halo 4, right? They did some live action stuff.
Well, no, they did some like there was like a live action thing for Locke, right?
Was that for 5? Yeah,
That was
maybe
for
it was for
five.
5.
That was for five. That
Maybe
was
it
when
was for
five
5. Right?
launched.
They had those little vignettes and whatnot. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I mean, it was
Mm-hmm.
like you were just stuck on this one planet and it was trying to find its way out.
Mm-hmm.
For what it was, I liked it for what it was. Other people didn't like it because I guess they were going for the full experience of like a real Halo sort of theme TV show slash movie, and I
Mm-hmm.
liked it for what it was. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't. I didn't think it was anything big. It was just something to get you invested into Locke, which it didn't work because everyone hated five. Everyone hated playing as Locke. Not to mention, we talked about this before. The whole Locke versus Master Chief happened for like one level, and then they were friends.
Right, right. I mean, this is the whole thing with like Halo 2, right? When you got to play as the Arbiter, everyone's like, "I want to play as Master Chief," and it's like, "Well, I mean, okay, fine." They're trying to mix it up, though, They're trying to
Yeah.
mix it up a little bit. So,
Well, Steven Spielberg is connected to this.
mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm. Good
so,
news, good news.
so that should be something that's really good, right? That gives me hope that this will be a good TV show. production. They're slated to do production in early 2019. So this will be sort of like a 2020 type of TV show, right? You never know. The TV show launches with the Xbox Prime Elite with the new Halo 6, Halo Infinite game, right? They could be looking at a big 2020.
I could totally see them doing like a big media push and having this all this stuff coordinated. That is definitely not out of the realm of possibility.
And that would be good, but to have Steven Spielberg attached to this too, right? Oh my god,
yeah. Like that's all you need right there, you know.
I can see that totally happening. I like that. All right. So I love my TT games. I love my Telltale games. I said it. Oh wait, I said it. I said it.
I got it right. Love your Telltale games. There you go. Congratulations. Congratulations. Mark this day. Dan Robinson knows how to say words.
I said it right. I always call it something else.
That's
I always call it Telltale, Tito Jackson. I don't know.
Tito Jackson games. I don't think you've ever called it Tito Jackson games until today.
All right. Well, you know what? It's Tito Jackson games. That's what it's. You know what? I'm not going to say TT anymore. It's Tito Jackson games.
Tito Jackson, the best of all the Jacksons.
The best of all the Jacksons. I love my Tito games.
Oh my god.
Even though I love it, listen. I play my Tito. I can't even say it with a straight face. I love my Tito games. I'm gonna try it now. I'm gonna get through this by saying Tito games. I love playing my Tito games for the story. Right? It's not crazy, Call of Duty style game. Not a shooter or anything like that. Right. Not Wolfenstein. I play it for the story.
It's a narrative adventure game. Yeah.
That engine is kind of old, right? I gotta be honest. And they've had some issues. It's been lagging, especially when you get to those live action shots where you got to hit X, hit triangle, repeatedly. And for some reason, you're like, I hit X. Why did I? No, that doesn't make any sense. Why did he kill me? I hit X. It had its glitches. Right? But it looks like they're finally ditching after 34 games and 15 years of using it. The Telltale tool engine. It's out.
They're revamping the engine finally. Oh, hey, good on them for getting all that usage out of it, right? Because that cuts down on production costs, right? All you got to do, and I don't want to belittle a TT game, right? But if you have the same engine, right, all you have to do is put a new set of assets in there, right? Build the storyline around it. Up the graphics a little bit, and you're good to go. The whole base engine for the game. Every game plays the same, right? They're like, choose this over this. Here's some quick time events, right? Choose your own adventure, this path or this path, and there you go. There's a game.
So
seems about time.
So it looks like the first game to use the new Unity engine would be Stranger Things Project.
So wait, you did say Unity engine, yeah?
Yes.
Is this based off the Unity engine?
That's what it seems like. They use the Unity. Yeah, I don't think
the Unity engine. Okay, all right. So the last one, it seems like they built from scratch, I guess, right? This one, yes. They're kind of using an off the shelf product, which a lot of good games came from the Unity engine. Mighty Number 9 also came from the Unity engine, but that's not indicative of the Unity engine, right? There's been a lot of good stuff. I want to say Bloodstained maybe based off the Unity engine. So, but I'm not 100% sure.
The last Walking Dead is coming out in September, I think, or August 14th.
Right. This is chapter 5, is it now?
This will be the fourth. No, this will be like the fourth game in the series.
Oh, okay.
And I love the first one. I really like this. I liked the second one. It didn't really get me as the first one did. And the third one, I thought was underrated. I thought people didn't give it its due. It's because you really didn't play as Clementine. So we're back to playing as Clementine in this one. And this sort of ends her. Well, I don't know if this ends her story. Definitely. I don't know if they're going to not make any more Walking Dead games, because they did have that Michonne's
spin-off thing, yeah.
Thing on the side. I actually played it on my iPad. But I this looks like it's going to be the last game to use this engine. So I'm still, and we talked about it when we talked about it a couple of episodes ago when we saw that they get they're getting the Stranger Things sort of spin on it, right? I'm curious to see how they're going to do that. Love Stranger Things. Love my
Mm-hmm.
Tito games.
Mm-hmm.
New engine. I'm hyped.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, something else I'm hyped about? Didn't think I
Uh-huh.
would be.
Uh-huh.
Labo.
Nintendo
I'm
Labo,
dead
huh?
serious, too. No, I'm dead serious.
You're coming around on the cardboard. You're coming
I'm
around on
coming
the
around
cardboard.
on expensive cardboard.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Well, tell me
I'm,
why. There has to be some new news. There has to be some new news that has come out involving the Nintendo Labo.
Well, of course, it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The patch came out, and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
play the stupid Labo with the. You can put the cardboard together, and you can play like the motorcycle, right? As like the front end of the motorcycle. I
Right.
love playing Mario Kart with the steering wheels.
Sure.
All
Sure.
right, I love playing Mario Kart with Star Wars. I know you are great at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because when that game came out, it was either that or Zelda.
That's
And you
right.
played
That's
heck
right.
out of Mario Kart 8
I
Deluxe.
did. I played the crap out of it. You know, I can use the little Joy-Con, the little Kit Kat Joy-Con on its own. I'm fine. You know, if you want to shove it in a steering wheel, I'm fine. I can do that. Yeah, I mean, this is it's definitely cool. I'm still not gonna buy it. You know,
Come on. Listen, we can. Your birthday's coming up. We'll buy it and we'll play. We'll all get
My
together. And
birthday's
play
coming. You can get it for my birthday if you want. I mean, look, I would be. It would be super cool to like get one, like if somebody gives me one or whatnot. But I don't. I don't have an interest in like putting it together and like I don't have a kid to do that experience with, right? And build the thing and like play with it. Like it would be cool. I'd play it for a little bit and then put it down, and it just kind of be a little placeholder on the shelf. A nice little like decoration for the wall. Sure. Sure.
I'm stoked to play it.
Oh, it's
I
gonna
love
be fun as hell.
I love playing with the steering wheel. This gives me like a practical use to do it. I'm not putting that stupid robot pack on me. Like I
Oh,
said,
the $80 robot pack. Yeah,
we could do that in the woods, like I said earlier, or the variety pack. I'm not playing the piano. I'm not doing any of that crap. This is something that is actually useful in game, and I hope they patch other games to do Labo experiments with too. Right.
This would be interesting, right? Maybe get some Labo hookups for the Mario Rabbids game or Mario Tennis, right? It'd be
Oh
interesting.
yeah. I could do that. Oh yeah, you could do like just a tennis racket Labo. That would be awesome. That would make me buy the game.
Well, there you go. There you go.
I would
You hear that,
buy a game for
Nintendo?
that.
If you want one more sale, make some cardboard tennis rackets, and
I
Dan
could do
Robinson
that.
will buy.
I will buy it. Yes. All right. So love Labo. What I don't love is Capcom. It looks like Capcom is thinking about doing more cloud-based games, like they did with Resident Evil 7.
That's right. That's right. We talked about it a bunch of episodes ago. They're gonna stream it on the Switch, but only in Japan. So you don't actually download anything per se. You're just playing the game off of their servers. So you need to have a good internet connection, obviously, so there's no input lag. Which there's always going to be a little bit of input lag on there. It looks like they're doing more now. Is that what's happening?
But they're thinking about they're thinking about doing more because it was a success. But this is sort of the lazy way, right? Like this is instead of actually finding a way to port Resident Evil 7 to the Switch, this is sort of the lazy way, right? To put it on the Switch, stream it, where you don't own the game and you stream it sort of to the game for certain periods of time. And Nintendo itself has done this in Japan with the Super Nintendo.
Right. They had the most notably it was Legend of Zelda BX or whatever, which was
the Legend of Zelda, and they had F-Zero levels.
Oh, that's right.
Extra F-Zero levels.
That's right. You would have to stream them from their satellite service. Yeah.
And it's extremely rare to find because you can actually I think you could download it.
Well, somebody managed.
Streaming.
Yeah, somebody actually managed to get the game code and turn it into a ROM, so you can actually play it, which is kind of neat.
But the original is hard to get.
Right.
Like back in the day, I think you could put it on the disc, on that hard disk that they had that you put the Super Famicom on top of.
Oh.
Yeah, because you had to put the attachment on below the Super Famicom, like you did the.
I thought that was the whole satellite modem thing or whatever, right?
Yeah, but I thought there was a disc. The last gamer talked about it a while ago. Like I think he had I think he has he has everything. He's the
I think
first touch in
that
the
was
world.
something completely different. I
You
think
sure?
that was something I'm pretty sure that was just a floppy drive thing that sat on the top, and it was like a third party thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, possibly.
It would have been a great thing to be in Japan at that time and have that. I would have been stoked as a kid.
They had everything over there before we had it. You know.
Yeah. But I don't want them. I don't want to have this. Don't do this. Don't stream Monster Hunter. Put Monster Hunter. Put an actual. Try to find a way to port Monster Hunter World on the Switch properly. Don't stream it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stream Street Fighter. Don't stream Mega Man 11. That would be horrible if they said, "Yeah, you know what? We're going to stream Mega Man 11." No, just put it on a damn disc and put it out so we can buy it and own the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's the most ideal thing. You know, obviously we're not going to get any of these because I think we had kind of talked a little before the show. Our infrastructure in the U.S. isn't as good as it is in other countries. Sad to say,
Most notably Japan.
Right? Yeah. They have that very good internet service, right? Wi-Fi everywhere and this and that. So, and the Switch is a portable console, which you kind of you noted. Before we started doing the show, is like, look, you can do that with the Switch, right? You can do it with an Xbox or a PlayStation. It's a home console, right? You have the bandwidth to stream.
What if you do it on the Switch? It has to be docked. And again, most people, like Dave Rotino, use the Switch as a portable system.
Well, I mean, as long as you have Wi-Fi, you can.
Well, as long as you have Wi-Fi in the house, as long as you have good Wi-Fi, you can't exactly just leave. You can't. Right.
Yeah.
I would imagine if you're doing this, you would do it docked. I can imagine. Well, you know what? I guess in Japan,
it'd probably be a better experience having it.
It would be a better experience, but you know what? Japan's a different beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they love their handheld systems.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I still just don't want this. I don't.
Well, no, same.
Find a different way to do it, right?
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat, but it's very. I mean, look, we have the game for other systems already, right? So that's not the issue.
Well, find a way, maybe stream an extra level or different content, right? Don't do the whole game. To end up reworking the whole game though, just isn't in their budget. That's the issue. I think that's the reason they're doing it. Like how do we get it to the system without actually doing all the R&D and reworking everything, because it's completely different architecture. It's not as strong. They're like, well, we can stream it, we can put a little bit of work in and stream it, and make it happen that way. But, I'm not upset because I'm able to play it on the PS4 is what I'm saying, If we didn't have it for the PS4, I'd be upset. Yeah, but what happens when this becomes popular and they start doing for games that you can't play anywhere else?
Well, I mean, then it's then we'll have the infrastructure.
It's a major problem.
Then we'll have the infrastructure here. Like it's doable here, but it's not gonna. It wouldn't be as good as it is in Japan. But it's Wi-Fi is only going to get better. It's going to become a public utility eventually because it's necessary at this point in time, right?
Yeah, it's but the issue, but here in America, we have an issue with net neutrality, right? And a lot of people don't have access to high-speed internet. I mean, we're still a work in progress compared to other places in the world. There is some parts
that don't necessarily have access to high-speed internet, but it's not enough. It's not enough for a game developer or a console manufacturer to say no, we're not going to do it. There's enough people that have it that they're going to go, look, this is the wave of the future, and maybe that if everyone starts doing streaming, that will push states and the government to be like, all right, look, we need to fix our infrastructure, right? Let's go ahead and make Wi-Fi ubiquitous. Let's get high-speed internet out to places that don't have it, and then we'll be up with the rest of the world. That's what inevitably needs to happen, I think, and then streaming games will be a reality. And sadly, we won't have any physical discs.
Yeah, and then when that happens, we'll be at Resident Evil 20. So I mean, that's not something that's right around the corner.
I mean, I think it's going to happen sooner than you think. I would say in the next 5 to 10 years.
All right. Resident Evil 17.
Resident Evil 17.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm telling you, next 5-10 years, man. It's we're definitely going to see it as a thing.
You know what I haven't seen as a thing? The N64 Classic Mini that I predicted.
I know.
That all these stupid leaks led to nothing, and watch Nintendo.
Hey man. Nobody put a gun to your head and said you have to make that prediction.
You did. You would like make this prediction. You know it's coming.
I didn't say anything. I thought it was going to be a lock too, man. If you didn't put it down, I was going to put it down. So
I know, like it's ridiculous. Like, come on, we get all these leaks for all these trademarks, and nothing came of it. And now, the newest leak is well, it's not really a leak, but the newest thing that are happening is Nintendo has filed trademarks for the GameCube. GameCube trademarks.
Right. Which, if we're gonna go ahead and speculate, probably means we're gonna get some GameCube games coming to the eShop soon enough. Which, it makes sense. It's been like 18 years, 17 years since the GameCube came out, right? It's about that time we start getting those classics, getting those Mario Sunshines and those Wind Wakers and the Resident Evil 4s, right?
That's
Bring
true.
Bring that back on the Switch, for $5.99 or whatever it is.
Maybe because we didn't hear anything about Nintendo Online at E3. Right, they were really hush. The E3 was only about one game, Smash Brothers Ultimate. So maybe when they have a mini direct at some point to talk about Nintendo Online, maybe some of the first games we're going to get. Because remember, they said we're going to get a bunch of games that we can only have for that month, right? Just like we do with Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus. Maybe,
yeah.
Maybe they have some future games, some future GameCube games for the following months. Because we already know, I don't know off the top of my head, but I know what games were slated.
The lineup I thought was
September.
Like 10 or 20 Nintendo games, right?
Yeah, but I think they dropped some names for the games that are going to come out in September when the online service launches. But what about October, November, and December, right? Like we usually hear about it with the PlayStation Plus, Xbox Live until like a week or two before they come out. Maybe they're doing these trademarks because we're going to get GameCube games, and at some point during at the end of this year.
Right. That'd be awesome.
So that makes sense.
Be all about this.
And lastly, I'm gonna butcher this because I butcher names all the time.
Do you need me to help you out? I mean, I know you had the debacle.
I got this.
I know you had the debacle with Tito games earlier. I just want to help you out.
Come on, rub the shoulders. Let me get some water. I got this.
All right,
I'm the champ.
All right there, Tyson. Right there, Tyson. Come out swinging.
Furukawa-san.
Shuntaro Furukawa-san. Yes, Furukawa-san.
It was half semi right.
He is
officially. He's officially the Nintendo president.
Congrats to Mr. Furukawa-san. We hope you do many great things. He was the interim president, yes?
No, he was. Furukawa-san is he was elected to take over for. I'm not even going to try. Kimishima-san. There we go.
That's right.
I did it.
Okay, congratulations. You get a gold star.
Yes. He took over for Kimishima-san. Who took over for a while, when he passed away.
Right. Kimishima-san. Well, I wouldn't
was
say
the interim. He was the interim.
He was kind of the interim. Yeah. I mean, he was good. He was there for a good 5 years. Though,
No, it wasn't 5. He took over in 2015.
When did Iwata die? Iwata died? Oh wow, I thought he died later.
2015.
Well, still, that's like 3 years. 3 years is a long interim period.
He took us through the launch of the Switch.
Yeah,
and the Switch is a success. He did a great job.
Right. So I mean, you have to attribute some of that success to Kimishima. Sure. Sad to see him go, but interesting to see what this new president will do.
He's young because they like to appoint young CEOs because they last long. They want them to build something and be there for a long time. And I mean, he is the first president of Nintendo to actually grow up with Nintendo games.
Yeah, that's wild. So he's like our age. He's kind of young. He's kind of young, right?
No, he's like your age. He ain't like my age. I ain't that old.
So he's basically your age plus 2, right? He's
my age. I mean, you mean my age plus 2 plus 10? Yeah, sure.
He's your age plus 2.
Yeah. We wish him the best. He's the officially the president. He's taken the reins. I am excited to see where he takes this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's hit. Listen, Nintendo Online would be his first big launch as president, right? So that will sort of be, you know, that will be what we, you know, sort of like the first thing that we see from him as president. So we'll see if that leads us into great things. I would love to see the quirkiness come back, right? Like with the puppets that we had at E3 a couple of years ago. Like,
yeah, you were about that.
I was like, everybody loved those puppets. Like those were amazing.
Right.
I want to see the quirky Nintendo. I want to see, like, I mean, we're gonna see more of his personality. Will he be on directs? Right. I mean, he is the first president of Nintendo that actually speaks English.
Mm-hmm.
He speaks great English.
Yeah, so, that is a big first.
So will he be sort of like the face of Nintendo, or because right now all we have really is Reggie talking on the directs and stuff, right?
And you know, Reggie is great. You know, nothing against Reggie. We love Reggie.
Listen, I love Reggie. Reggie's
a great face.
And if Reggie's going to be the face of Nintendo, like as far as like, you know, for us in America at least, I'm all good with that. But I like when Iwata was around and sort of Reggie, you know, like that was cool. They had the quirkiness, and I love the puppets. So let's see let's see his. I want to know if we're going to see his personality. That's pretty much what I want to know. Like, we're going to hear more of his personality. Will he speak, you know, to the press and be out in directs? So we'll see.
All right. So we have our game of the half year nominations. It is time, folks. Our combo of the week. Here we go. It's Christmas in July, right? So that marks the half year point, right? It is tradition that we go through and pick our games of the half year. So Dan has 3, I have 3, and we have a winner for the half year. And we will revisit our half year nominees at the end of the year when we do our year in review and our pick our game of the year.
The Order 1886.
Spoilers.
Best game this year
Spoilers.
so far.
Spoilers.
Nominated 4 years in a row, baby.
No. Dan is joking. We have since retired the Order 1886. I believe it is retired.
It's retired.
I believe it is retired.
It's the first game in history, and probably the only game in history
to be nominated 3 years
for
in a
Game
row.
of the Year 3 years in a row.
That's a dynasty right there of nominations. It's great.
You know, I don't think listen, it didn't win, but that's an amazing accompliment.
It put up a good showing. I'll say that.
It did. It was up against stiff competition, though.
Okay, it was up against very tough competition. So you got to give it credit for that. I am gonna take the reins and go first. If you were okay with that,
go ahead. Next up.
Okay, so I have 3. Dan has 3, like we said, and we will decide. Or we have already decided on a winner out of these 6 gems so far. So my first pick,
before we go into it.
Oh yeah.
Before we go into it, again, these are games that we played. Like, we've had to play the game to nominate it.
Right. Exactly. Just because a game gets a 10 across the boards, if we haven't played it, we can't nominate it. So that is a very good point of distinction.
So, you know, just to give it for an example, I played Dragon Ball Fighters, but you have not.
Right, so I wouldn't be able to nominate that for my list. Spoilers, it is not on the list. But number 1 is Celeste, the game that I tried to hold out so long for. And I said they're going to make a physical release of this game eventually. And I still think it's coming, but
and at E3 2019,
maybe.
It would be at limited runs. It would be at limited runs E3 press conference.
Right. I mean, someone's going to put out a physical release of this game. It is fantastic. I picked it up. I had a gift card as a birthday gift left over, and I was like, oh, I can just buy Celeste with this. This is fantastic. And I did. And Celeste was amazing. So I put that on the list as my first.
I still haven't played it. It is on the backlog.
Oh my God, you got to get to it, man.
I'm probably gonna
play that game.
I do not own it. I actually didn't buy it.
Oh, I thought you had that game. I thought you had drunkenly bought Celeste.
I drunkenly brought a lot of other indie games,
but not Celeste.
but not Celeste.
All right, you need to soberly get on your Switch, download that game, and play it because it is fantastic. It is fantastic on the Dave scale.
I'm actually going to hold. I'm going to try my best to hold out for the physical release.
Oh well, I mean, you've come this far, so I would maybe say stay strong. But the game
it was the first 10 out of 10 from IGN this year.
Right. So it stands to reason that I would put that up as my first nominee. My second nominee, Far Cry 5.
Nice.
The game that kind of got overshadowed by God of War in some respects, but the game is good. I clocked some hours into it, not as much as I'd like to. I will be returning to that game once God of War is finished. It's solid. You're out in the the backwoods of America. Fighting these religious zealots. It's the classic Far Cry gameplay. You kind of just get to do what you want in whatever way you want to do it. So yeah. And
I haven't played enough of that game.
No, you got to get back into it.
Want to get back into that game. God of War just took over my
it's done
life.
Now. You've beaten God of War. Now you have time. It's the summer slump.
It is the summer slump, and there's so many games I want to get to, and I got to make a list.
Got to make some time. Prioritize the list.
I still haven't. We haven't finished The Way Out yet. I still been playing Ori and Okami.
All good games.
I haven't played them this week. Just because I've been busy with work. Far Cry 5 is on that list. I still got to get back to it. I played an hour. I played the intro part, really.
Sure.
To be honest.
Sure, it's good, man. It's good. And number 3 is one of the games at E3 that we both really enjoyed a lot is Lightfall.
Yes.
On the Switch, I've been playing it, and the game is fantastic. It's not too much money. Highly recommend it. But yeah, those are my top.
Lightfall, fantastic. Definitely gets a lot harder. Yep. When the further on you get. I want to get back into that game. It's just again, God of War just took over my life.
Yep.
All right, let's get into my picks. Speaking of a game that took over my life, spoilers. God of War, that game came out and it's like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan stopped everybody from winning championships. God of War just stopped every other game that came out after it.
Right.
I just didn't play any other game until I beat it, and I had to beat this game. And it took maybe 4 weekends. I didn't want to. I didn't 100% it, but I definitely did a lot. I avoided the Valkyries. Right. Love the game. Love the story.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's so much more to do in that game after you beat it.
Yes, it is.
Even on the way to beating the game, all this little cool side quest stuff opens up. So you can make it as long as you want.
I don't usually go back to games after I beat it because I have so much in the backlog. I don't, I'm not a guy that likes 100% a game because it's just, especially a game that has so much in it, right? So I am tempted to go back into it because I love the gameplay so much. I love that axe, right?
Oh my god, yeah, it's brutal, man. It's visceral.
I want to get all the little trinkets and stuff. I want to find all the little things. I just don't know if I can go back because my next game of the year pick is half year is Shaq Fu.
Oh
yes,
my god.
I said it.
Oh my god,
I said it.
I almost want to throw down a veto. I almost want to throw down a veto on this.
I'm officially doing it.
I don't think you like this game as much as you say you do.
I'm nominating. It's probably not going to win our half game of the year award. I'm nominating. It's nominated. Listen, we got new music from Shaq.
You don't have to try and convince me. It is a perfectly mediocre game. I played it.
The fighting. It's not a fighting game like it was.
No, it's like a beat 'em up. It's a
beat 'em up game. I haven't had a good beat 'em up game in a while. So I've been playing the heck out of this, and the boss battles are super interesting because you can go from a regular beat 'em up into playing Guitar Hero style, literally playing or
it's a rhythm game. Yeah,
like a rhythm game.
I have to give some respect to that. Sure.
It switches it up in the middle of the boss battle. I lost that. I think it's the third boss battle, second or third boss battle, where it's all right, I'm almost about to beat you, and then all of a sudden it gets to a rhythm game. What's happening? What? And I lose.
That's crazy.
Right? And I was like, oh man, so now I gotta play I gotta get my Guitar Hero skills up in the middle of the boss battle to beat the boss. So I thought it was pretty cool. And you get new music from Shaq. Come on, Shaq's awesome.
Yeah. For any people who don't know, Shaq had 3 rap albums.
All
he had a couple of
platinum.
music videos.
They all went platinum.
I don't know about that.
No, check it out. They all went platinum.
All right. I believe you. It's just wow. I knew
when I found out, I was like, who?
Yeah.
When I found out, I was like, who the hell bought them?
I know. Shaq Diesel. Ugh.
So, and last, Detroit Become Human. Love this game.
Sure. I still have not played this game yet, so I could not. I could not nominate it.
Just the stories, the storylines, the different ways you can go.
Yeah.
It does touch on a lot of things that are happening in America right now. Right? With like segregation and prejudice. They're doing it sort of in Android form.
But I mean, I've seen a ton of gameplay footage. It is very interesting. They do some.
Cool, and you played the demo. You played the demo.
Oh yeah, I did. I loved the demo. It was really cool. And they give you like they give you your progress, like, because there's all these different ways to like play out each scenario.
Yeah.
So you see the whole like chart of what you could have done. You don't actually know what those like different nodes are, but you'll see like, oh, there was like 4 different ways I could branch off from here and change the story and whatnot. And then you see like how many people made the same decisions you did. Like all that stuff's like super cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we went back and forth with it, and it was a tough decision.
It was not a tough decision.
This was
a unanimous vote. 5 out of 5 dentists agree
that Shaq Fu wins
the best game
of the half year. I know. Yes.
Get out of here. No, Shaq I mean, look. It's obvious. There's honestly very few games that even like can be in that number 1 spot right now. But you got to give it to God of War. You got to.
Congratulations to God of War.
Yeah, me and Dan had zero fight over this. We were both like, God of War, right? Like, yeah, God of War. Shaq Fu, second place. He podiums. Shaq Fu podiums.
The Shaq Fu definitely the podium. I'm sure if I had to put it in order, it definitely would be for games that I've played, because I didn't play Celeste, and I don't think I played enough of Far Cry 5.
Sure.
But I would definitely put God of War, Detroit Become Human, and maybe Lightfall.
Sure. Yeah.
As my top 3 games of this year so far. But God of War, we'll see. We have, we got Smash Brothers Ultimate coming out. We got Red Dead 2 coming out. We'll see. There are a lot of different games coming out this year that could contend for it.
Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be a hot. It's gonna be a hot fall. It's gonna definitely bump some things off this list. It's gonna shift some stuff around. God of War is gonna have to run for its money.
Shaq Fu will stay on this list.
Shaq Fu will remain.
Game of the year.
You're just gonna put it on there just to be stubborn. I know it.
You have to play this game. I'm sorry.
I played it. It was fine. I had no problems with it. But
I want you to buy the game and play it. I want you to buy the game and play it.
I will borrow your copy.
I will buy you your own copy for your Xbox.
You can do that. I mean, I'll play it, but
only if you play it though. But you got to play it this year. Like you got to play it. Like
I have played it. I can play more of it. You got
to play more of it.
It's not going to change my opinion of it.
You played it at PAX, but you got to play more of it. Like not the first level.
All right. I can't imagine it getting that much better. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, that wraps up our pre-4th of July show. It's episode 120, 4th of July in the books. We want to thank you guys again immensely for being the great fans that you are, for interacting with us, for doing all the good things that you do. So thank you to you guys. If you want to interact with us, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, YouTube, and Vero at Rated G for Gamers. You can always email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com. So please like, listen, subscribe, have a happy 4th of July, and as always,
keep gaming.